All right, so this is now the next topic, last topic for chapter 1, and this is going to be about problem solving. So our objective is to solve problems using the organization of the 4-step problem solving process. So when we are talking about problem solving, there are 4 steps that we need to remember so that we can accurately find the solution or answer for our problem. So the first step is understand the problem. So it is important that we read the problem several times. If you would like to how do you call this? If you would like to write down what are some given information, numbers, details, you can do that. And then step 2 is to devise a plan. So after you understood what's the problem is all about, then you can think of how you will be solving for it. Do you need to write an equation? Do you need to make a list or a table? So devising a plan doesn't necessarily mean that you have to always create something or an equation, because sometimes it will not work for that particular problem. And then of course, you carry out the plan and you solve the problem. So you go through your plan, do all your best to get an answer, and then final step would be always to check, does the answer make sense? Does it answer the question from the problem? All right? So let's have some examples here. So we have a man purchased 5 shirts, each at the same discount price. How much did he pay for them? Okay, so the first one, understand the problem. What do we have? So we know that 5 shirts were purchased, okay? And then each of them are discounted. All right? And now what are we looking for? We are looking for how much was the cost all in all. Okay, so that is the question. Now, how are we going to solve this? Well, we know that for us to get the cost of anything that you buy, you simply add the prices, correct? Now, what are the prices of the shirt? Does it say in here? Unfortunately, the prices of the shirt prices, and even the discount, do we have those in this problem? Well, we do not know. They are missing. Okay? So can we solve this problem? We cannot move on to the next step because we have missing information on this problem. That is why it is important to always go through the 4 steps. So as you can see here, there's no need for you to do any solution, any way of trying to solve this problem, because it's not complete. The information is not complete to find an answer. All right? Now, let's have this next example. By paying $100 cash up front and the balance at $20 a week, how long will it take to pay for a bicycle costing $680? Okay? So we have a couple of things that we can identify here. So we have the $100, okay? So what is the $100? This was payment up front. Okay, payment up front. So meaning while in the store, that amount was already given. And then the $20, what is the $20? Well, according to the problem, this is the weekly payment. Okay, that's the weekly payment. And then what is $680? $680 is the cost of the bicycle. Bicycle cost. So what are we looking for in this particular problem? This time, we are looking for how long will it take to pay for the bicycle. So how long? Meaning, since we are making the weekly payment, so we're looking at how many weeks to complete the payment. To complete the payment. That is what we are looking for. Okay? So, let's take a look at our plan. So, remember our bicycle, the cost is $680. Okay? Now, this is the total cost. Now, the person buying is already paid $100 up front. So what do you do with that $100? So because that payment was already done in the store, so we're gonna subtract the $100 payment. All right, so we know that we are going to subtract $100 from the total cost because that was already paid, which means whatever was the remaining money, that balance, we have to divide it by 20 because each week is 20 bucks. So whatever is the balance, we divide it by $20 because that's the weekly payment. Then that will give us the number of weeks of how long this payment happened. All right. So if we are going to follow our plan, so we will have subtract the 680 and the 100 because you made that payment already. So all in all, for the remaining weeks, you are to pay a total of 580. Now, if we subtract 20 every single time, every week that passes by, so pretty much that will give us, dividing 580, divide it by 20, okay? That will give us how many weeks? So if you use your calculator, 580 divided by 20, that is going to be equal to 29. So it means it will take 29 weeks to complete the payment. Okay, so that is the answer based on the device plan that we have and after working it out. So final step would be to check. Okay, we check the answer. So according to the problem, we are paying $20 every week. So this is the weekly payment and every week, okay? And how many weeks did we make the payment? We made a payment of 29 weeks all in all. So if we multiply 29 weeks total, so if we multiply 29 by $20, that is going to give us $580. So that is the total money that was paid in total of the 29 weeks. And then remember, we need to make that, we need to add that extra 100 that was the upfront fee, which will give us 680, and this is definitely the cost of the bicycle. All right, so that is how you can go over your problem, try to plan it, try to execute, and then of course once you have an answer, it is also important to always check for the answer if it does make sense and if it satisfies the scenario that we are working on. Okay.